So guys, what does your generation mean to you?
My generation, in a cultural context,
Yeah.
I think it meant, I think we just passed the disco era and came into the rock era.
Yeah.
So I was very angry. I think mine was very angry.
Cool.
I think so.
What about you?
I think it means
Like celebrity worship, or like what's important to you? What do you like? What defines who you are?
well, really, if I think about it in terms of my friends and stuff, they're all into Vivo, and in terms of my art, all they take photos for is to put on the internet.
Yeah.
So that's
Cool.
something that's important to me.
Awesome. All right. So basically, there's a term right now that they're throwing around, which is called Generation C. And it basically, it's not defined by age. It's defined by your attitude. So with that C in mind, what do you think that C would stand for? And if you have fucking no idea, that's fine. Not a problem. If you're like, I don't know, God.
Crossover?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Like, so crossover.
I don't know, I can think of a C word.
Yeah, well, it's good.
Why C? Why did they say it was C then?
Basically, that like they decided to have the C because it's like celebrity, communication, collaboration, just all these words that they feel like trend spotters that aren't even in the generation feel that that's what defines us. So this documentary is about like us defining it instead of them, basically. So it's just a way of understanding it.
But the celebrity angle of this generation it's honestly just a cultural standpoint, and it pertains to just the Western world, right? And that's what we're looking at.
Basically, yeah. But then that's exactly why it's good to film someone like you, because you're like, well, where I come from.
Well, there are different kinds of celebrity.
Yeah.
But look at the population in the world. There's only a fraction in the Western world, as opposed to places like, are we counting rural areas? Are you counting them? They don't succumb to this C generation.
Yeah.
It's a completely different viewpoint.
Well, I guess it's kind of defined. It's not necessarily.
So we're saying just for argument purposes, for discussion purposes, let's take the Western standpoint of being around celebrities.
Basically, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know. And most people like, see, I don't know, basically. But okay, so we'll go on to the next question. And how do you want to change the world? If you could change it, how would you change it? And it can be simple stuff or big stuff or whatever goes.
Global warming. Be cool to find it. It's such a thing that we can so find a cure for, but no one's really trying. They can make a lot of money if someone came up with something smart to try and slow it down.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I'd go to the root, which is education.
Yeah.
I think if you have positive educational avenues, it would make more sense. A lot of people, even educators, are not open-minded enough to understand what this is. And I think it goes back to the teaching system. I think teachers need to be a lot more open-minded than they portray themselves to be.
Okay.
So I think that's the key. I think if you get good educators and good leaders, it will transcend into a good society and make the world a better place.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So, what inspires you? What are you really passionate about? Like, what is your bone? What's your oxygen? You know what I mean?
It's gonna sound so shit.
No, shit is good. Shit is good.
I watch MTV and I'm like, that's all my ideas.
Cool.
Yeah.
So just like everything that you see on MTV, you're just
just like music videos. I'm just like, wow.
So would you want to like direct them or be on them or?
I haven't decided.
Cool. But it's just something you're really interested in.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And you?
I want to figure out why people do what they do. All the time. And I think in figuring that out, I think you can manipulate. Which is what, if you look at it in the advertising context, or if you look at it in the marketing or mass media context, manipulation is key. And if I did figure it out and I figured what makes people tick, and I see it every day in the world that we live in, is that people who know how to manipulate other people rule planets, rule society in general.
Yeah.
And I want to do the same thing, but in a positive way. I'll try to at least.
Cool. Awesome. Alright, I'm just gonna